Hi Twin Flames, hi Lightworkers, Lisha and Andy here again with another video. How are y'all doing? Well, I'm going to tell you guys what this retrograde eclipse season has really been something for me. You know, even today, I know this is supposed to be the last day of one of these things going on. I'm not an astrologer, but I know that something's going on in the stars. And, you know, I've been just struggling a little bit, I would say that emotionally, things have been coming up for me to purge. And so I've had crying spells today, just in private, of course, but, some really heavy stuff has started to surface, it just brings me to tears sometimes when I think about some of the things that I've been through, some of the changes that I've been through, over the last 4 years since being on this journey. And it's just been really, kind of emotional. And I know that if you guys are feeling this as well, I want to tell you guys, I love you and I'm there for you. I'm supportive of you. I know it's hard, You've got a lot of things going on with you emotionally. You've got a lot of things going on with you physically. And all I can say is you just got to hang in there, continue to do the inner work and inner healing. Allow whatever is coming through to purge. Allow it to go ahead and take its course and purge. Don't hold those feelings in. I had to start crying. I cried. It was funny. I cried on my way to work, and I cried while I was at work. No, I'm sorry. I cried while I was at work, and then I cried on my way home from work. So, and I cried in the bathroom at work. It happens. I've had other times like this where I have, started thinking about something that happened in my life, or that, or something gets revealed to you, that you just didn't think about before. A lot of times spirit will just bring things to you to help you heal, and it is painful, and it'll just come into your mind, and it'll just make you focus on it for like several minutes. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it just captivates you for those minutes and allows you to purge those emotions, because you start tearing up and you really feel it. I mean, you really have to allow yourself to feel it and go through it, and then let it take its course, because that's the only way you're going to really heal from it. And spirit knows what it's doing. I'm telling you guys, the times that I get emotional, a lot of times it's when I'm listening to music. And this is why musical therapy is so important, because today when I was driving home from work, I was just listening to certain songs that I hadn't listened to in a long time. It's just like 70s and 80s soul music that I hadn't heard. I had a situation where my car, I had recently had some work done. I told you guys the alternator went out. And so every time that mechanic has to take apart my car, he seems to he seems to, what you call it, when the radio get unplugged, and I have to figure out how to put the code back in so that it'll work again, because it stops working and I don't have access to my radio. But today I decided to go ahead and put the code in, and I figured out what my code was and got it working again. And I had CDs in my car, that I've had in there, for a long time. And a lot of them have old school music on it. And so those CDs, I started to play them, and, man, I got emotional, and I just started crying and thinking about stuff that happened in my life, thinking about times when I was listening to this kind of music, and before I knew my twin flame, but I had a still kind of a connection, because I know that we both like the same types of music. And so now that I know who my twin flame is, it was just more emotional for me, because I'm listening to the same songs that I used to listen to in college, and when I was just studying by myself or doing things, and I was in solitude at that time. And sometimes I would break down and cry, because the songs would touch me, and I would be wanting love in my life. And now, when I cry, it's because I have love in my life. I have the love of my twin flame, but we're not physically together yet. And so, it was just so emotional. And, the songs, they still are so beautiful, but they take on a different meaning. You know, certain things will take on different meanings in your life when you start to experience them again, you know, on your journey. Even like childhood memories, or, you know, things like I told you in the last video. I told you about a video on YouTube that I found, you know, from my childhood. It used to be an album that I used to listen to over and over again with the Fruit of the Spirit, but I actually found it here on YouTube and was able to start listening to it again. You guys, it's just amazing. Amazing what Spirit brings up on your journey and just reminds you of. And the angels are hugging me because they're like, they want you to know this. They want you to know why you get reminded of things, why you get, you know, thrown sometimes visions or memories of things that are painful sometimes, so you can go through and heal from it, and then you can recapture something that was beautiful around that time. Okay, so don't think that these periods of time are, you know, in vain, or that they're just, you know, there to throw you off track. No, they're not. You are actually healing more and more as you go through these emotions and allow them to, you know, like I said, go through your system. Get it out of your system and let it purge. Let it just heal in you, and let those emotions flow. Let those tears fall. You know, I was in my car at one point. I was in the bathroom at work at another point. You know, let those tears fall. And then, you know, once you feel like it's taking its course, just pick yourself up and go back on about your business. And it really does make a difference, because I felt much more, you know, I felt like I had more space to just welcome in new things. You know, it's weird how you know, you just feel, after you've let go some dense energy, you just feel lighter. You just feel like you have a lot more room within you to accept more and more love. Okay, so this is what doing your shadow work involves. It involves you letting go of that dense energy that you've let pile up over the years, from your childhood experiences, from your adult experiences, from you being in those karmic situations that you knew you shouldn't have been in, that you just, you know, allowed yourself to stay in. Those times when you didn't love yourself, those times when you let people take advantage of you, those times when you didn't make the right choice and you knew you could have done something better, but it just didn't work out that way. These are the times when Spirit wants you to just love yourself and enough to go through the emotional pain and let it go, you know, because you can't take it with you. Okay, you can't take this emotional baggage with you in your journey when you're going into union with your twin flame, right? You don't want to be going through like those kind of breakdowns, you know, like you had when you were with your karmic partner, with your twin flame. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be so unhealed that you just, you know, really lose it and you go through such periods of depression and despair again, you know. So I tell you what, going through these type of emotions now, when you're on the journey and when you are in your spiritual awakening, is much more healing, and you do it in a quicker period of time. I noticed that too. I'm like, you know, wow, after I let those emotions flow through me for the period of time, it might have been 5-10 minutes, I was able to go back about my business and go ahead and finish doing what I was doing at my job. You know, I was able to finish, and it wasn't like, it wasn't taking up all of my time and making me feel more drained. That's what happens when you're, you know, in your, before you know you're on this journey. You go through something that triggers you, man, you feel drained. You can't deal with anybody anymore. You want to hide from people. You want to just shut down. You know, you want to be at home. You want to stay in the bed. You don't want to go to work. You call out, you know, and Spirit doesn't want you to stay in those states of, you know, depression and sadness for long. They just want you to experience the feeling so that you can move past it, okay? They really want me to tell you this, because so many of us are allowing ourselves to stay stuck in these emotions that are not healthy. They're bringing more dense energy to your body and allowing you to, and causing you to go into physical ailments, okay? So go back to the chakra cleansing series in the playlists and start looking at those. If you're having problems physically in your body in different areas, go to the chakra video that pertains to that area and start cleansing, because you don't want to get stuck and you don't want to keep looping around into the same patterns and the same depression, okay? I feel like somebody needs to hear that. So you guys, thank you so much. I see you guys watching these videos. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, because I know these are helping you just like they're helping me, okay? So we're going to get on into this third, or is it, yes, part 3 of the Celebrity Twin Flame, High Status Twin Flame Connection, Signs and Synchronicities, okay? And I've been really enjoying sharing with you guys my story. Actually, I have to say this too. This time, like I told you, bring up a lot of things to purge. And after I went through the last video and rewatched it for myself, I was feeling kind of down about, having expressed some of the things, like losing my job and why I lost it to you guys. And, I just had to let go of that. I was like, somebody needs to know that it's okay to get fired from your job and have to go through stuff like that, because, it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you, a bad worker. It doesn't make you that. It's just a indicator that, something needs to change in your life. And a lot of times spirit or your spirit team orchestrates these things so that you can have time to yourself, so that you can start healing and doing your spiritual work. Okay. So that was actually a blessing in disguise for me. And so, but I had to get over the shame. I had to get over the guilt and the shame. And I had to love myself enough to realize that it was just, one of those things on my journey that I had to go through in order to, really wake up on this journey. Okay. Because I hadn't even waken up to spirituality yet at that point. I was going all through my, I had been in my job for 12 years. And that was the other reason why it was so difficult. I had been there for 12 years. I had been highly looked upon and told that I was a good employee by all of my managers, and it just so happened that there was a shift in management at this time, and someone new came in and just kind of like, didn't give me the benefit of the doubt. And, I was on my last leg as far as, having, these being late and stuff like that. So it was just timing, it was just timing. And this is what was actually supposed to happen. In other words, it was supposed to happen to me because I was supposed to go on this twin flame journey and wake up to the journey, which happened a couple of years later, so yeah, and it was 12:12 on the clock as I was saying this to you guys. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Once you start to really appreciate what spirit has allowed to come into your life for the purpose of you learning and for the purpose of you growing, then you'll start to be thankful for every experience. You really will, and you won't start looking down on yourself or keep looking down on yourself for stuff that might have happened that you were, that you felt you might have been in control of. But truly there, like I said, is a bigger picture working at play here. So, yeah, that's another thing, I'm being very vulnerable with you guys in these videos because I want you guys to hear some experiences that you haven't heard before. And I know not anybody on the twin flame journey is really going into their own personal life to this level and telling you guys some like embarrassing stuff, because, a lot of them are, they're suffering in silence. I'm sorry, but yeah, they are, I'm trying to heal. Okay. I'm worried about healing. I'm worried about, getting you guys to a point where you guys feel comfortable enough on this journey to even make a comment in the comment section, because for years, I would say for a good year, I didn't even feel comfortable doing that. So I'm not knocking anybody who hasn't been able to get the courage up to do that yet, okay? Especially because I know when you're first starting out on this journey, the first year is the roughest, okay? The first year is the roughest, and you really don't know who to talk to about it. And we're going to talk about this more as we go on with these signs and synchronicities. But, I don't knock anybody for not having the guts to really share anything just yet, okay? Because I feel like a lot of you guys that are watching me might be new, to this journey. And if not, then you've been on this journey for a while, and you might even be a tarot reader, and I also wanted to make mention of this too, because in the last video, I made mention that, don't listen to the tarot reader, and that's not what I really meant to say. I really meant to say that tarot readers are amazing tools and amazing people to, tarot is an amazing tool, and tarot readers are amazing people to work with on your journey. But don't get addicted to getting tarot readings. Don't start making that your main priority as far as how you learn to trust on this journey, because that's not going to make you get to your union any faster, okay? You got to learn to have faith on your journey. You have to learn how to trust your intuition. And so, when you're going to tarot readers addictively or constantly or by obsession, you're not healing enough. In my opinion, that's just my opinion, because I I'll tell you guys what, I have not paid for any tarot readings, but yet feel like I have grown so much on this journey. Now, I do watch them. I do watch tarot readings on YouTube, and I find people who I resonate with, who, I can, watch. And I'm, the reason why I'm making these videos in the same fashion, I'm allowing myself to not charge people to listen to these videos or watch these videos, but I do have, if you guys ever feel so gracious or kind to be able to give me a donation, I do put that information in the description box where you can PayPal me or Cash App me. I don't ask for that though, but but if you feel led in your heart to do so, that always is in the description box, and I wanted to make mention of that because I know that tarot readers, they do a lot of this. They make a living off of this, a lot of them. And so, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing this. There's nothing wrong with helping out twin flames on this journey through doing tarot. And a lot of, like I said, people that I watch on the YouTube channel are really good at what they do, and they are very in depth on their tarot readings. They go through and they really, really if I find somebody that I resonate with, that means that they've said something that really affected me or that has hit me on my journey, and they've said something that will be similar to what I'm going through. And those are the people that I tend to follow. So, this is what I'm saying is that you can listen to your tarot readers, people that you resonate with, but just don't get obsessive about paying for tarot readings and going to people who are spiritual advisors or, spiritual advisors, yeah, or spiritual practitioners is what's the word I'm looking for, or people that, are really like adamant about you paying lots and lots of money. Now, this is why I say don't do this. It's because you have it within you to heal whatever it is you need to heal on your journey. You're a powerful spiritual being. You know what it is that you've been through, and your spirit team already is there for you. You have a spirit team, okay? A whole spirit team that's just waiting for you to call on them. Your angels, your archangels, your ancestors. These are, these are guides for you to use. Your ascended masters, guides for you to speak to during your meditation. Father Mama, I call Source Father Mama. I have conversations with Father Mama. I had one right before I got on this video, okay? And this is something that I can do in my meditation. You have to find what worked for you. You're going to have to activate that third eye, go to the chakra cleansing series and figure out what you need to do to get your third eye chakra back active and cleansed again. And then you're going to be able to talk to your spirit guides for yourself. And you're going to be able to even do your own tarot readings if you want to, or learn how to do stuff like that. You might want to do it for others, but you might also be led that, to do it for yourself. Okay. So, that's how most tarot readers start out. They do it for themselves first, and then they start feeling that they have enough intuition or spiritual connection to do that reading for others. So there's nothing wrong with tarot readings and tarot readers. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there because I didn't want to give any misconceptions about that. They're very helpful. I still watch them, whenever I feel like I'm in a rut or something like that, and I want to, I want to have something that will keep me going on my journey. And that's going to come into play later on down the line when I talk to you guys more about my own personal journey. But I just wanted you guys to know that it is okay to definitely watch tarot readings and, go to different other practitioners that are doing things like crystals, Reiki, sound therapy, that's totally fine. Whatever works for you. There's people that do the biometrics or whatever it is that they do with the body, as far as like the touch therapy. I forgot what you call it. But yeah, you guys, there's so many different ways to heal on this journey. Don't let anybody tell you there's only one way to heal. There's so many different ways. Okay, you have to find what works for you. And if you feel as if something is resonating with you, then do it. But if not, and if you feel like you're just, expending a lot of time and money and finances on it, then you need to start going within and start learning to trust your intuition. And then Spirit will show you exactly what you need to do to go further along on your journey. Okay. So in the last couple videos, we talked about the number signs that you get on your twin flame journey. And we talked about doing something you've never done before for the first time, to where you get into contact with, or you meet, physically meet your twin flame. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the third synchronicity, or sign, which is that you're immediately drawn to them. Okay, so okay, you've gone through your dark night of the soul already, and more than likely, like I told you guys, if you're in the celebrity twin flame journey, um, you're probably watching this as the divine feminine. Now, if you're the divine masculine, then you've already discovered that you're on the twin flame journey, and that's amazing. You know, I want divine masculines and divine feminines to be on here watching this. But most of the time, I'm going to be addressing the situation for the divine feminine, because I feel like she awakens first, or, you know, like I said, it's just energy. Okay, so take it how it resonates. If you're the male or the female, it doesn't matter. It's the energy. Okay, if you're the divine feminine, then you wake up first on this journey. Okay, and so you've gotten to the point where you had the number signs. First was the dark night of the soul, then there was number signs, then there was, okay, you start getting, raising your vibration to the point where you want to go out and do something you've never done before, and then bam, you hit your, you meet your twin flame, or you interact with them online, or you see them somewhere, or something happens, you know, and you're in connection with them. Okay, then this is number 3, you're immediately drawn to them. That's the magnetic pull. Okay, you can't stop staring at them. You feel all warm and tingly all over. They feel like home. You're actually surprised and shaken up a bit, and even might be scared of the sudden impact they have on you. Now, this is where I want you guys to take note of the playlist that I'm going to point out to you right now. It's called Love Collision. Okay, this is a song that I wrote. It's about the twin flame journey. It's about when you first meet your twin flame. And this is a beautiful song that I'd love for you guys to go and check out that playlist, because that is going to explain all this, what I'm talking about in this number 3, the magnetic pull and everything. And, you know, and it's just a really cool song to listen to. So it's definitely a twin flame song. And so yes, you're actually surprised, shaken up a bit, and even might be scared of the sudden impact they have on you. After you leave their presence or get off social media, whichever one you're in, whether you meet them in person or whether you meet them online, the feelings don't go away. Okay, they in fact get more intense. All right, and you can't stop thinking about them. This is where it gets, you know, intense. Okay, this is where it starts to be real here, because you start wondering what is going on. Okay, and you have a desire to find out every detail you can about them. Okay, so this is funny because someone else confirmed this too, that, you know, me being in a celebrity twin flame connection, I ended up, you know, once I made the contact with my twin flame online, you know, I didn't know, like I said, much about his music. I only knew a couple songs, and you know, so I wasn't really well versed on his whole, you know, repertoire, or, you know, anything like that. So that's the other thing, is that, you know, if you're in a celebrity twin flame connection, and you end up having an encounter with a celebrity twin flame, a celebrity that you feel like is your twin flame. Okay, so first of all, I want to distinguish here. If you're in a typical twin flame connection, okay, you probably had a chance to meet your twin flame in person. And if not, then you saw them online. Okay, but there's going to be a time when you actually meet up with them. Okay, and so this is what is going to really cause you to have that magnetic pull. Not so much you seeing them for the first time, but the time you spend with them, the time you end up spending with them, is going to give you more and more of that, because you're going to be able to actually look into their eyes. You're going to actually be able to interact with them and do things with them. You know, if you're going out on dates with them, you're going to, you know, have all of these, or if you know, in a workplace with them and you see them every day, you know, these are the times when you don't necessarily know right away that there's a connection. You actually, it grows on you, and so you start to realize something is going on after having, you know, talked to them or hung out with them for a while. But unfortunately, and I won't say unfortunately, I'll just say this, you know, in the celebrity twin flame connection, okay, you have encountered your twin flame in a very different way, okay? You have either seen them somewhere um, and not really had contact with them, especially the higher, the more famous they are, I should say. The more famous they are, you probably haven't had contact with them physically, okay? And so the only thing you have to go off of um, is your encounter, with seeing their picture online, or having watched a movie if they're a movie star, or heard their songs, or but you probably didn't. What I was trying to get at is you probably didn't already hear their music or see their movies or any of their artwork or anything like that before this period of time, and so they're very new to you. And so a lot of people think, oh, you guys are just infatuated, you guys are just like diehard fans or something like that. No, I didn't know my twin flame, you guys. I had not listened to his music. I was not a fan. I did not know about his music at all, and sometimes I even mistakenly called the music that he sings someone else singing it. I used to think that somebody else was singing it that I liked. So no, we never have really been like diehard fans of the people that we encounter on this journey. And that's what makes a difference, because a lot of people will say, oh, you probably been obsessing about them since you were a kid and all this. No, 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 no. In celebrity twin flame situations, you guys have a brief encounter somewhere along your journey, whether it's by seeing them on stage or by seeing them, like I said, just whatever happens, however it happens, you probably didn't have a chance to actually spend time with them. And this is what makes it so difficult. And I feel you guys, I really feel you guys, because my heart goes out to you, because I'm in the same boat, I'm talking about this whole journey, and I've gone through 4 years of not having met my twin flame, but having this 5D connection with him. And that's what we're going to get into a little bit later on. But this love collision is exactly what I was trying to show you guys happens in the beginning. When you actually encounter your twin flame with the love collision, you do actually collide in the higher with your twin flame, or in the physical or in the spiritual realm. It's kind of like that. You collide with them, on that spiritual level. Your hearts are both activated at the same time for that brief period of time. And believe me, they know something's up, okay? In the next synchronicity, I put many times they are not aware of the impact that their meeting has had on you, In other words, they are still very much in the matrix, okay? They're still living their life. They're still doing their thing, but they know something's going on, okay? But however, as time goes on and you begin to heal and feel their 5D self around you more and more, which is what happened with me, they become intrigued by you as well, because they feel you just as much as you feel them, okay? And this is what leads them on the search, because they're trying to figure out where is this energy coming from too, because they know something's up, okay? And for the twin flame, the celebrity twin flame, this can happen much later, but the non-celebrity twin flame is going to have that impact and feel that, connection first and strongest, okay? So basically, you're the awakened twin, and your celebrity twin flame or famous twin flame is a non-awakened twin, okay? So, it's really hard, because I don't know how to explain to someone who's in a typical twin flame connection this type of relationship, because it is just different, and that's why I feel like this series needed to be made, because I know a lot of you guys are out there struggling with this celebrity twin flame situation. You've been able to figure out that this person means something to you more than you ever imagined, and that what I was getting ready to say is that you have an intense desire. After this magnetic pull starts tugging on your heartstrings, you have an intense desire to find out every detail you can about them. So you start going and listening to all their music. You start going and looking at all their videos. You start listening to all their interviews. You find every little detail you can find on this person. And then sometimes it's in a very short period of time. I remember I did this, I just like binged every single song, every single album, every single video interview. You know, it was just like, you know, this was like, I had to do my research and had to find out what is going on. Why am I so drawn to this person, you know? And that I only had heard a couple of their songs in the past and never really looked at their albums, never bought an album from them, you know? So it was just like weird. It was like, what is going on? I had to find out. I had to find out. So this is what starts you on your awakening journey, okay? And we're going to get into that next. But I also want to leave you guys with the question, you know, that I feel like a lot of other twin flames might ask someone in this kind of a celebrity twin flame connection. And that is, you know, since we just talked about the fact that we don't get to really encounter our twin flame, you know, it's very difficult. And so someone might ask, what keeps you holding on to this connection, you know? And that is a very good question. And I'm going to talk about that in the future. So you got to stay tuned, okay? So that's that's how I'm going to keep you guys hooked, okay? So stay tuned to the next few videos. And I told you guys at the end, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to devote one of these videos at the end to my own personal twin flame journey and let you guys know more about that. But I hope and pray that you guys are getting a lot out of this series. I hope that you guys who are in celebrity twin flame connections are feeling a little more peace of mind about how things come about. And I hope you know that someone's out there going through it with you and that you're not alone. Like I said, my email's in the description box. Also, you can feel free to email me and tell me about your journey. You don't have to tell me everything, every detail, but because I know it's a lot, but you can give me like, if you want to start with an introductory email, you can give me a few of the signs and synchronicities you've experienced, and also what is bothering you most if you're having difficulty on your journey. And that can be like the, you know, the way we start our email connection, okay? So, like I said, I hope you guys are with me on this, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about. It's just beautiful, you know. These twin flame journeys can be very dynamic, but very powerful. And so I just want you to know that if you're in a celebrity twin flame connection, and I want to leave you guys with this, because the typical twin flame connections, you know, like I said, they've had a chance to physically interact with their twin flame, but many of you guys on the celebrity twin flame journey have not physically interacted with your twin flame yet. I want you to know this: you guys have a stronger telepathic connection with your twin flame, okay? So this is what you should know. You're going to need to be able to really tap in to your spiritual gifts and start realizing that you are very telepathic, and you're very spiritual to the point where you can do things like astral project, okay? We're going to get to talking about that later on. But this is what's going to keep you going, and I'm kind of giving you guys clues as to what I'm going to be talking about in the near future. But I don't want you guys to get discouraged about the fact that you haven't met your twin flame in person if they're a celebrity, because their main purpose in your life is to awaken you to this journey and to help you become the best version of yourself. And you're really going to have to stop focusing on your twin flame and start working on your healing journey more than anything right now, because a lot of you guys are going to be new to this journey. Like I said, a lot of you guys are going to be just starting to realize that you've been hit by the love Cupid's arrow and you're starting on this journey fresh, and you're wondering what in the world's going on, and why have you been you know, why have you all of a sudden found this connection to be so strong with you and this celebrity, so or this famous person. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Like I said, I'm about to go to bed. I'm in my pajamas right now. So because it has just been a really, really, you know, emotional and like I said, purging kind of a few weeks here, and it's just been crazy. So we all need our rest. I want you guys to really get your rest in right now. And in the next few weeks, you know, I'm doing a celebration, but I'm kind of having to space my videos out based on how much strength and how much energy I have, you know, with the recent events. And, you know, and also I've been trying to make connections with people that, you know, I can have as guest speakers, but a lot of them are going through some of the same essential symptoms. So I can't really say that I have anything lined up just yet, but we're going to make some fun on our own. And I hope you guys are enjoying, what we're doing right now and so far. Give me some ideas as to what you guys want to hear or see in future videos in the comment section. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Forgive yourselves for anything that you might have felt ashamed about in your past that happened to you, or that you might feel like you were the cause of. And also know that you're not alone if you're in this celebrity twin flame connection. All right? I love you. Take care. Night, night.